if I told you we're about to descend underground deeper than nearly the height of the Eiffel Tower? That's 750 feet straight down into one of the largest cave systems on Earth. Welcome to Carlsbad Caverns National Park, home to the Big Room, a limestone chamber so massive it could fit 6 football fields inside it, and it's the largest cave room by volume in North America. In this episode, I'll take you through the breathtaking descent, show you what to skip and what you cannot miss, and teach you everything I wish I knew before visiting. The one show nature puts on here that you'll never forget, the legendary bat flight. And here's how to experience all of this under 2 hours. Let's go.
Morning, everyone. It's freaking 6 o'clock in the morning. We're exhausted. So I'm not sure you all can see through the video, but our windows are all iced outside. So we need to figure out how to get this out to drive.
But if you're like me, first coffee, please. Breakfast is on the go today. So Gail took the road. We're splitting the drive today, going to Carlsbad. And now it is. Cheers. Cheers. Breakfast time. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Quick fix. So easy. From the winery we spent the night. It is a 2.5 drive to Carlsbad where we're going. Meanwhile, we're gonna eat our peanut butter jelly. The hardest part about pumping gas, it is 22 degrees outside. I cannot feel my fingers anymore. We are getting some gas before we head to the park because now every gas station is an opportunity. So yeah, let me go warm up inside because the gas just finished pumping. We're making kind of a triangle. We came from Dallas all the way close to Carlsbad in a city called Tokyo, Texas. So we've been to Tokyo in this trip. Then we crossed the state line into New Mexico, Carlsbad. Then we crossed the state line again, get back into Texas, head to this NASA observatory. And right next to it, it's Marfa Town. And Marfa is known for having this UFO lights. That's the conspiracy theory. So I'm curious if we're gonna be able to catch the phenomenon. We're sleeping in that town. We're boondocking in that town. As you can see, I got way too excited about all the crazy things we're gonna be doing this season. So make sure you subscribe to join us in these crazy adventures. But now, let's get to Carlsbad. It is time for the first stop to register that we made it to Carlsbad Caverns. We have officially made it to Carlsbad National Park, and driving in feels like an adventure on another planet already. Once you cross those gates, this entrance road winds through miles of rugged desert and jagged mountains until suddenly it all disappears and voila, we're ready to go underground. But before we drop 750 feet below the surface into a chamber so massive that could fit 6 football fields inside it, you don't want to miss that. But here are some tips to make the best of your buck and your visits to these amazing national parks. If you're planning to visit more national parks through the year, I strongly advise you buy the America the Beautiful Pass. You can go into their website and buy in advance. It's $80 for a year pass. And for that, you need to allow time for that to be mailed to you. So if you're too close to your trip, I advise that in your first national park, you buy it in person and get the card with you.
So here's the model. We come down from the visitor center all the way to the cavern level down there where we were. And then we walked all these big rooms back and forth. So we went one way and then come back the other side. It is pretty massive, super cool. And that's what they call the bottomless area because it's so deep. It's like down to the lower caves over here compared to that level that we were. And then the hike up. And the visitor center. Bing!
But enough of models, let's jump into this elevator and drop 750 feet down the ground and explore the famous big room. A limestone chamber so massive, it could fit 6 football fields inside it. And it's the largest cave room by volume in North America. Here's tip number 1 if you're short on time like we were. We had to skip the steep switchbacks and rode the elevator 750 feet straight down into the belly of Carlsbad Caverns. A ride that takes just 1 minute, and the shortcut gives you nearly instant access to the legendary big room, saving you from a 1.25 mile, 75-story hike down through the natural entrance trail. And golden tip for you if you have the time, it takes an hour to do this descent, taking the beauty and then come back up in the elevator. As I step into the path, it feels like stepping into another world. Dark, silent, and unbelievably vast. Down here, time slows down. Every drip of water, every towering formation has taken thousands, sometimes millions of years to form. And hidden within these chambers is a story not just of geology, but of discovery, courage, and wonder. So now, let's go deeper into the story of Carlsbad Caverns and the people who first dared to explore its depths, with nothing but a lantern and a wild sense of curiosity. What I always claim is the number 1 thing you should take in life: curiosity. Come with me explore. These caverns formed over millions of years when hydrogen sulfide gas mixed with groundwater, creating a sulfuric acid that dissolved limestone. Later, as water receded, mineral-rich drips formed the spectacular speleothems you see today. Stalactites, stalagmites, soda straws, helictites, and more. You also see gypsum crystals, signaling that acid passed. As you get deeper in the cavern, you step into the big room, the largest cave chamber by volume in North America. Covering about 1.25 miles, 2 kilometers of trail. Its ceiling soars nearly 225 feet high, and its giant span is often linked to a Grand Canyon with a roof over it. About these formations as you go through is so interesting. This is the lion's tail, a rare formation where a smooth stalactite ends in a burst of delicate cave popcorn. It's named for exactly what it looks like, a lion's stuffed tail, frozen in time by dripping minerals. Wild. And rising from the cavern floor like an ancient monument, this is the Temple of the Sun, a massive stalagmite coated by thousands of years of mineral-rich drips. Its towering shape and glowing texture give it an almost sacred presence in the darkness. Important story you must know when you visit this park is the story of Jim White. He was indeed just 16 years old in 1898 when he first discovered what we now know as the Carlsbad Caverns. He was a cowboy working on a nearby ranch when he saw what he described as a volcano of black smoke rising in the distance. It turned out it was a massive swarm of bats exiting the cave at sunset. We'll talk about that later, so stay tuned. Intrigued, Jim made a homemade ladder from fence, wire, and tree branches and descended into the cave with only a lantern, becoming the first known person to begin exploring the vast underground chambers. At that time, there was no formal documentation, no tourism, and no infrastructure. He explored for years before anyone believed his claims. He's credited for turning this hidden underworld into a major tourist destination. Thank you, Mr. White. About visiting this cavern that I missed, but I don't want you to miss. As I mentioned, Jim White was first intrigued about coming and explore what was underground when he saw what he thought it was a volcano black smoke in the air. That actually first revealed the mystery hidden beneath the desert.
True or false, nothing lives in the caves? There are no monsters here, but there are other creatures. Brazilian? What? Brazilian free-tailed bats.
Today, over 400 Brazilian free-tailed bats. Who knew my fellow Brazilians lived here too? Today, over 400,000 of them call this cave home, and from late May through October, they perform a spectacular aerial show almost every evening at dusk. I have to admit, I didn't plan my visit quite right. I missed the bats, I missed my fellow Brazilians, but if you time it well, you witness millions of tiny wings slicing the sky. The park even built an amphitheater where rangers host bat flight programs during the summer. So if you ever find yourself in New Mexico, plan your visit between June and August, arrive before sunset, sit back, and let the bats lead you into the same wonder Jim White discovered over a century ago. Now, would you be brave enough to explore the dark, twisting depths of a cave like this? Or are you more of an above-the-ground adventure? Let me know in the comments below. It is nearly impossible to make justice of these images to you here in a camera. So I really hope you put that in your travel bucket list and go experience yourself literally immersing in this deep world of amazingness. Now make sure you subscribe to the channel because next episode, have you ever been to a star party? Or did you know you can see a meteorite that hit the Earth in person? Mind-blowing. And you definitely don't want to miss because we found a place to spend the night where it's known as the hot spot to see UFOs. Would you sleep here? I'll see you next Sunday, adventures.
Hi, Pumbaa. Amiga, sing with me. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. I will close it. Ain't no crashing craze. It means so cute. You are so cute. For the rest of your days.
Okay.
It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata.